Why, hello, everyone. It is Cavadil, it is me, and today we are making a video. That's an intro. Okay, so what are we actually doing today? Well, we're looking at all of my computers. There's one there. I have quite a few, but only one of them's really, oh crap, my battery's about to die. Well, dang, okay. This camera is really poor in quality. Okay, so we are back. But the charging did not work. Yeah, the charging did not work. For some reason, I think my battery shot because it didn't charge at all. It was at like 3 minutes before, I put it on the charger, and, now it's not charged at all. So right now we are, I don't know if you can see that, but we are connected to the cord still. And that's how we're probably going to have to be for the rest of this video, so that's really not preferable. But this video is all about my various computers that I have, and we're going to start with this one here. This one here, which is my iMac. This is my 2012 iMac. I got it over the summer, last summer, so it's about half a year old by now. I really got it to be in here to, surf the web, things like that. It's not super powerful. It has a i5, I think it goes up to 3.6 gigahertz. It's a 3rd gen i5, so it's not really that fast. 8 gigs of memory, GT650. And actually that's one of the main reasons why I got it. It does have dedicated graphics. I think I could have done a 2013 version with maybe a little bit faster processor, maybe like storage, but it would have had integrated graphics for about the same price, so maybe even a better processor. I might have already said that, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to turn the brightness down because it's distracting away from me. Now it's better. Yeah, so 1080p, has a terabyte hard drive. Now that's a problem. It's a very slow hard drive. It's not that terrible, but one day I might upgrade an SSD onto there. Might be an interesting thing to do. But yeah, normally I just use it for typing up documents, doing homework, things like that. Pretty simple. I also sometimes watch videos on it. So yeah, that is the iMac. That is my newest computer I have. Next one here is, I'm going to turn this all the way down, is my laptop. Yeah, so it is an Acer Spin 5 with a, let me see, oh crap, with a, oh come on, okay, there we go. Yeah, it has a an 8250U i5 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabyte hard drive, so it's actually a decent computer. Yeah, I mostly use it nowadays for, if I ever go somewhere and need a computer, I bring this. I also watch videos on it a lot because it has a bigger display. I pretty much interchange it with my iPad that I have. But yeah, the only thing that's sort of bad about it, and it makes sense because it doesn't have any dedicated graphics, is that it's not wonderful at gaming. And a good example of that is that Oblivion, released in 2006, runs only semi-decently on medium settings. So it's normally 60 FPS, but it can dip below that at times. And this is if it's plugged in and not full performance, things like that. So it's not really that great for gaming, even older games. And I think the newest game I've tried on it is Minecraft, and it does not run Minecraft well. But it does do fine with older games like Classic WoW. It ran quite well. I played a bit of Classic WoW when it came out. So yeah, that is my second computer. Do not worry, there is a lot more. But the next one is not super impressive. Now, you might be wondering, why is there an old Dell monitor in here? that's like probably collecting dust. Well, this is actually the monitor. This is actually the monitor I am using for my Raspberry Pi 3. So that's the computer it's connected to. I would turn it on and show the OS, but actually I have the, if you can see there, I have the SD in my laptop here. I was using that for another video on my main channel that will eventually be released, hopefully. Yeah, but this is, I don't use it that often. It's really only in here now because of that project with the video. It's just only recently been put in here. It's a decent, but obviously I wouldn't recommend someone to buy a Raspberry Pi 3 and use it normally. It doesn't actually even really do web browsing that well. It doesn't have built-in speakers, so I can't actually watch any videos on this or anything like that, which I really was never planning to because this is a pretty low-resolution monitor. It's still a decent monitor, but you could definitely tell it's old. That's that. And also, fun fact, it has probably some of the worst peripherals in the world. This here is a $5 laptop that I think we got on Amazon with some, very strange screws on the back. I don't know why you need this many screws, but who knows. This membrane, it's probably one of the worst keyboards I've ever used in my life. They didn't even have enough money to buy a license for Windows Windows. I also have the worst Microsoft mouse from like, I don't know, 20 years ago, but look at this. It's yellowed on the buttons, and it's, it's really tiny. Like, if you really look at it, it's like really weirdly proportioned. So that's weird, but it's like super old. It's not that great. Look, it's even, don't worry, it's PS2 compatible. That's how old it is. And you may not know, I don't know, but PS2 does not mean PlayStation 2. It was an actual port used in the late 90s and stuff. Early 80s, 90s, I think. And if I could maybe get in here. Here's the actual Raspberry Pi with the all the stuff on it. So it's a pretty small computer. Yeah, right now we're using that for something else, so that's not something I traditionally have on here. Okay, yeah, this is my iPad. It's pretty decent. I like it. I normally watch videos on it. That's what all I do. Sometimes I look at stuff. Sometimes I look at eBay or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty decent. Pretty good. But it is actually quite fast. Because I got this 2 years ago, and I used to have an iPad Air first generation. We still actually have it in the house, but it's not really under my possession. And the thing was that it was such a terrible device at the end of its life, because it pretty much, from what I can remember, pretty much had almost no charge, and it was slow. Like, there was even like frame drops when you're like typing, which is wonderful. That's a wonderful thing to have there. So this is a very decent update, and it's also thinner, and it also has Touch ID, which my other one did not have. Only annoying thing is that I don't think I ever properly signed into it on iTunes, or not iTunes, on Apple ID when I updated it to iPadOS now, or iOS 13 pretty much, but some extra stable on features. And pretty much every day it just tells me to do it, and since I'm lazy, I don't do it. That's pretty annoying. So Apple, work on that. Yeah. Now there's obviously one more, which is I was gonna try to make a joke and pull something out that was really not really a computer, but sort of was. This is my next no. I just for a second there, okay, I thought my Mac was like asleep or something, because the brightness is so low on it, so that the camera, or so that I could have captured my laptop. This has gone on for way too long. This is not good content. That's why I'm putting this on my second channel. How fun. Let's see, is there anything else in here? I have a printer. Actually, let's talk about that printer. So it's a Brother printer. It's actually pretty old. I think we got it, like, we've been at this house that I have in right now for around, I think, 7 years by now. And we've had that printer for less than that. Now, actually, it's technically not like a hand-me-down. It's not, because I got a printer a couple years ago, a Canon printer, but there was a massive problem with it. And it was that it did not have Wi-Fi on it. It was in actual, like, you had to plug something into it. Now, the problem with that was that, first of all, the good thing about this at the time was that then I'm pretty sure I had my MacBook Air that I had for a few years there. And actually my, this laptop here replaced that. That's why I don't have it anymore. You might have seen it in some older videos on the main channel. But yeah, that, cause I don't exactly remember when I did get it. I'm pretty sure we switched this one out not that long after I got the laptop. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't matter. It's a pretty decent printer. It's a lot larger. It has a lot more functions. I've used its functions more. But yeah, the other printer, it was a Canon printer, and Canon does a lot of crap. Just wanted to throw that out there. They made this very below average camera. Probably quite a decent camera though for 2007 or something. Not 7, 9. So, dear God, okay. Yeah, that's the printer I'm talking about. I'd say it's fine. It's not really wonderful. The good thing is that it is connected from Wi-Fi, so I can just go on really any computer on the house and print something on there. The problem is, it's really the only printer that works, because we still have that old wired printer, but it's down in the garage and no one ever hooked it up. So if anyone needs to print something, pretty much I have to do it. And it's also in here, so it's sort of a bad system. But that's a decent printer. The only problem is that it's not really super high resolution, I guess. The old Canon printer I had was much higher resolution. It had better DPI on the printouts. Because pretty much, and it also is not as bold on this one, because pretty much to get it bolder, you have to use a lot more ink, I think. You know, you can make it look decent, but yeah. I just went off on a tangent about a printer. And that's all going in, because that's the second channel. And does it matter? No. Maybe a little. Yeah. So I would like to talk about my other computer, my main computer. And let's maybe go there. The problem is that my camera sucks. As I said, it's probably more than 10 years old. The problem with that is that I don't think its battery, well no, its battery has never worked well since I had it, since I first got the camera like 2 years ago. And yeah, it was it was 2 years ago, I thought it was fine, but as time has gone on, I realized it's quite terrible. Mostly because it has very poor color accuracy. Which, yeah, it looks fine right now, I think, or maybe not. I'm actually not sure. Yeah, see, the camera's bad color accuracy, and also does not have manual focus, and also the lens is not great. I feel like I felt a bit more over-exaggerated with it, because as I've been using it recently, it's not been as bad as I remember it being, but then again, I'm not standing. Because I remember that it was always a real pain to use if I was standing. Okay, and after about an hour of waiting for the camera to charge, we're here at the final computer, and this is my main computer, my gaming computer, which is really my only good computer I have. All my other ones are, you know, sort of subpar. They're still pretty decent, but this one's the best. You know, look here, it has RGB on the front of the computer. And also, if you can take a gander in there, the cooler also has that. So that's pretty cool. I gotta say, that's nifty. Okay, so this is my main computer. This is where most of my videos get done. Gaming videos are filmed and edited also. It has a very good processor, a Ryzen 7 3700X, I think. Let me check. Pretty sure it's a 3700X. Yeah. So it's a 8-core, 16-thread processor, which is very good. I would definitely recommend it. It is wonderful processor. And over there, just down there, that actually was my old computer. It was a Dell XPS 4200 or something like that. It wasn't great. It was sort of bad. It's because pretty much it had no upgrade path at all, but it was not a K, and it couldn't have upgraded at all. That was as high as it could have gotten. I think was that since it had really bad cooling in it, the processor did not actually turbo up all the way, which was quite a problem, especially when I edit videos. Processor is pretty important in that. And it also didn't really run games that well as well. It didn't run games as well as well. That's good. But yeah, also the RAM was old, and really... Oh, also it had mSATA, which if you don't know what that is, and I did not actually know what that is until until we built this computer down here, because we were originally going to use my SSD in that computer, but we figured out, I learned, I think my dad knew, but it was actually an mSATA drive, which, if you don't know, is pretty much SATA, but in an M.2 configuration. So it's super slow, but smaller connectors. And my new computer doesn't have mSATA because I guess it was a really bad, thing. And after like 2 seconds, everyone ditched it for NVMe and PCIe. So that was nice. We did actually have to buy a new SSD for that. Which was, now it's a 960 EVO. So actually, talking about storage, I have a 500 gigabyte 970 EVO, pretty fast, really fast boot drive, and also I think 2 terabytes of hard drive storage. I don't use that for stuff, I don't use that much, some games that aren't super demanding, and I don't play that often, like Half-Life. That's not a game that's not a really demanding game in 2020. It's not that big, so that's on the D drive, things like that. Also, that's where I store all my videos as well. And I think it's pretty decent, really good. The monitors, though, they have something to be deserved. This is a Dell, just a generic Dell monitor from the old computer over there. It's a decent monitor. I think it's fine. But it's 1080p, which I think is still a decent resolution, but 4K is definitely better. Or probably if I would get a monitor upgrade, wouldn't be 4K, probably 1440p. And then this monitor here, this is an LG monitor. And, well, I don't know, my feelings about the monitor is a lot different. It's really not that great. I think it has really bad color accuracy, but this one also doesn't have wonderful color accuracy. Neither of them do. This one's fine, I'd say. But this one here, it's really not super great. Because if you look at it, I don't think the camera could really pick it up, but there is a distinguishable difference in the color between these two. Like, you could tell. I don't think you can on the camera, because the camera's bad, but there is a definite difference between these two monitors in real life. I'm gonna turn those off so I could be seen. I don't know, I'm reaching all the way around there to it. So yeah, those are my computers. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, this also has a 1070. I completely forgot the graphics card. Yes, it has a GTX 1070. 8 gigabytes of VRAM. It's a pretty decent card. Getting a bit old now, but I think it's still quite decent, quite good. That is, I think, everything that is important to talk about. And it also has 16 gigabytes RAM.